So we're on the home straight now. We have a reed that's bound, wires on. We want to do some of these steps dry before we cut the tip and do the final stages. So now I'm just going to tighten the wires because you'll find they do change, they keep loosening, you have to keep tightening them. I'm not going to try to tidy them up too much yet because I'm going to do a few more steps first. I'm just going to fold them down so I don't cut myself. Then I'm going to ream them. The reamers come in all sorts of different shapes, some with spirals, some with diamonds. This stage we just want to take out the fibres dry, so we've reamed the reed. And if you can get one, a little brush such as used on a baby's bottle or the teepees that you use for teeth, just to clean out the fibres out of the end. If you do that wet, it just becomes a mush. So now we have a reed that's reamed, bound, we're nearly there. But now I'm going to soak it. So now I've soaked the reed for about 5 minutes just so the cane is wet, because I'm now going to use a guillotine. I could use some end clippers if they're sharp enough. Some of you have got little cutting blocks with a standing knife. I find that the hardest. I never get it straight. So these come in various shapes and sizes as well. But I'm going to cut the tip to my measurements. I'm going to leave it on the long side because you can never put cane back. Once it's gone, it's gone. Which is to leave the blade about 28 to the shoulder and about 30 or 31 to the first wire. That's in millimetres. So now this isn't yet going to work. It's very thick at the tip, but it does crow. It's starting to sound like a reed. At this stage, you can also just nip the corners, either with clippers or scissors or with the guillotine, just so you've got that little 45-degree angle in there. And then we're ready for tipping. So we're on the last stage now where I'm going to tip this reed. I'm going to use a tipping machine. It's a tip profiling machine, also made by Riga. There's many kinds of these. If you haven't got one of these, you can all do this by hand. That's a whole different video. I'm going to use the machine for now. So just like the profiler, there's a template with a knife that's following a certain design. I'm putting a reed on this mandrel and I'm putting it up towards the line and I'm clamping it in and tightening the screw. So I've got this reed wet, and now I'm going to bring the blade over and the little roller is going to follow the template. This is just the standard Riga one. There's all sorts of different variations. So I'm going to again let the blade do the work and not push too hard. Come backwards and forwards, not moving my left hand too fast. I let the blade go back and forth all the way before I move. Usually it'll take a couple of passes. Again, if your blade's nice and sharp, you can do it in one. Just making sure there's no more cane coming off. Undo, turn it round, flip it over, and repeat the process. So we've done both sides. Lining it up on the tongue so that it's sitting central. That's one pass, just another one just to see if any cane's popping out the top. No, that's all good. Then we have a tipped reed.